For if the word spoken through angels proved steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just reward, did the people at Acacia Grove receive a just reward for their actions? They earned a reward. They were wiped out in a plague. You know, what was the punishment for Israel allowing themselves to drift away into idolatry and sexual immorality at Acacia Grove? The anger of the Lord was aroused against Israel, and those who died in the plague were 24,000. If the word spoken through angels was binding, and every violation and disobedience received its just punishment, how shall we escape if we neglect so great a salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord, and was confirmed to us by those who heard him, God also bearing witness both with signs and wonders, various miracles, gifts of the Holy Spirit, according to his own will. How is it that, honestly, we have this notion that somehow we can live a careless, neglected spiritual life where we allow ourselves to be carried away by the currents of this world, and somehow we're going to escape the consequences? How many times have you been like, yeah, but that's not going to happen to me? You know, don't drink and drive. You know, you might die, kill someone, whatever, get seriously injured, all these things. Yeah, but that won't happen to me. It's not going to. How do we have this notion that we can be careless spiritually? Just kind of do whatever. And there's not going to be any consequences. I mean, that's what the passage is saying, right? We're so good at fooling ourselves. We're so full of baloney if we believe that. And we do believe that somehow. We're like, it's going to work out. Do we really think we can live a negligent, idolatrous, impure lifestyle and not face the consequences of our drifting? That's living a self-deceived, make-believe Christianity. Amen. That's absolute make-believe Christianity. Oh, we're under grace. We are under grace. Do you think there's no consequences? Mm-hmm. Do you think he went to the cross just so that we can forgave us with his blood? So we just live, any way we want? Oh, it's under the blood. We've got to heed the things we've heard. The Bible is filled with this theme of heeding, of listening and following. Take Solomon in the Proverbs, for example. He repeats the strong encouragement to listen, my son, 10 times in nine chapters. He says that. He says, give heed to a father's wisdom and counsel. I mean, all through it, my son, if you receive my words, if you treasure my commands within you, right? And he goes through all these benefits. My son, don't forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add to you. My son, let's see here. Let them not depart from your eyes. Don't drift away. Don't stop meditating on these things, right? Hear, my children, is the pleading, the instruction of a father. Give attention. Give the more earnest heed. For I give you good doctrine. Don't forsake my law. When I was my father's son, tender and the only one in the sight of my mother, he also taught me. My daddy, he said to me, let your heart retain my words, keep my commands, live, get wisdom, get understanding. Don't forget, don't turn away from the words of my mouth. Don't forsake wisdom, she'll preserve you. Hear, my son, receive my sayings. The years of your life will be many. My son, give attention to my words. Incline your ears to my sayings. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Lend your ear to my understanding. right? I mean, just on and on. And I could just keep going, right? You get the point. There's the pleading. There's the repetition. Please, this is in your best interest. If you'll do what I say, you'll spare yourself all this heartache, all this grief. You won't drift away. You won't become spiritually dull, negligent. You won't become a casualty. You won't end up on the rocks, shipwrecked,